So when that came out, you didn't reach out to Jack, be like, what is this? Nothing. Huh.
Were you
And
guys
he didn't
already
reach out to you?
Sienna Mae Gomez is back on social media, speaking on the SA allegations made against her. And this time, it's not via an article. It was via an interview, and she brought an entire lawyer with her. So, yesterday, Dave Portnoy, who you all may know as the host of the BFF podcast, recently teased a clip on their TikTok of a new guest they'd be having on their show. And to many people's surprise, this special guest was Sienna Mae Gomez. People were absolutely shocked that Sienna had decided to actually accept this interview, since Sienna has been very inactive on social media and strategic with her online presence ever since she was accused of SAing Jack Wright. But in this interview, Sienna decided she'd hop on with someone from her legal team to answer many of the questions she was going to be asked about the allegations she was involved in. To start off this interview, Dave, the main host of the podcast, asked Sienna why she decided to come with a lawyer and why she didn't feel bold enough to just handle this interview one-on-one.
We got quite the setup. I don't even know how it'll look when we do it because we have two lawyers, right? Your lawyers are on here. Wow.
Yeah. So I actually have my lawyer here. Her name is Julie Gershik. And then I have a video forensic expert. And he's basically just going to be talking about the video. But yeah.
Okay. This look is unusual. I'm going to say that right off the bat because like having your lawyer and the forensic guy is weird. So is this your choice or their choice to be like, we want to be on the call with you?
I feel like what I want to touch on is like how I'm doing and like the emotional questions that I know you guys are going to ask. But as for like the legal and like the so what's going on questions, that's for them to answer because like I don't want to butcher anything. This is all like now it's serious, you know, like a reason that they're on is because while I was kind of doing my time off, I had my team kind of just do some like investigating and like looking into everything that was happening and like what was going on, and they found some stuff that like they found some stuff. I'll let them talk about it.
Sienna went further to talk about how she hasn't been on her phone a lot and that she wanted people to mainly know about her mental health throughout all of this. And many people thought she was trying to pull the victim card and make people feel better for herself and sympathize with her by expressing how bad her mental health has been throughout all of this. She said people were just trying to hate on her, disregarding the seriousness of the video and what she was seen doing to Jack.
If I'm being totally honest, I literally haven't been on my phone the past month. Like, I know that there's been like thousands of like YouTube videos, TikTok videos about me and just who people think I am and just talking about like just my character. It's like I obviously am not doing, 100% because how could you be when there's like just so much hatred, and like literally just so much cyberbullying.
Sienna then went on to emphasize how nothing was done legally because there was no credibility to confirm these accusations or enough evidence to prove she actually committed a crime. When this interview was premiering on YouTube, a lot of people under the comments were saying things like, "What do you mean there's no proof? The video was the proof. The witnesses, aka Jack's friends coming out, was all more than enough proof," and also explained how the way she impulsively made 2 back-to-back videos as soon as these allegations had came out about her seemed very scripted to a lot of people, and that seemed like enough proof. Her lawyer also hopped on and made a few statements saying that there was pretty much nothing to back up these serious claims made on her, saying how there was no civil complaint, no police report, and nothing that could be investigated legally. And she described that this whole situation is just over a video going around on social media, when clearly to a lot of people the video showed otherwise, and that these weren't just accusations.
Literally so just surprised at like what was being said because it came from nowhere. In my opinion, I was like, this is literally just pulled out of thin air, and it was yeah, it was literally just as shocking to me as it was to everybody else on the internet that there's nothing being done. Like, you can't just claim with no credible proof, because yeah, you guys have never had anything like this on BFF, because you probably never had, or very few, I don't even know, had people being accused of like an actual crime.
So there's apparently, somebody said that there's other guys, but we've heard nothing. Again, no police reports, no police investigations, no complaints, and Sienna herself hasn't heard. So
yeah, they're like not credible.
There's
I mean,
literally
anyone...
nothing out there. Nothing.
Right.
Then they went deep to dive about the actual relationship together, and this is what she had to say about it. She said she wanted to marry Jack and genuinely did fall in love with him at one point in time, but also went on to explain how certain parts of their relationship did seem like a business transaction, since they did initially go viral together on TikTok as a couple.
Well, okay, so I've said this before, but I really, really loved him. Like, I'm gonna get married to this guy. Like, this is the one. Like, I was so stoked on him. And he, like, was loving making the content because of, like, the views that it would get. I think we both kind of, like, saw that as a business transaction, as, like, a business deal. But then for me personally, like, I was personally, between us, like, super into it. And he knew that I was. And I think he also knew that he wasn't. And that's where things got messy.
Then the lawyer jumped in again and supported Sienna while they were both supporting each other, saying that everything on the internet just wasn't credible enough in their eyes. They also shared a video in this podcast discussing whether or not the video that had spread all over social media and the claims against Sienna was credible evidence for the allegations made on Sienna. And they shared this forensic channel who Sienna says was supposedly a forensic expert and tried using that to her defense, saying that even this forensic expert deemed the video as not being credible enough to claim what Sienna did was a crime.
So we have this first evidence, the forensic video that we can play. Let's play it. I watched it right before he came on. And there's a forensic company who determined the video of her strangling Jack on the couch is credible evidence of accusations against Sienna.
The National Center for Audio and Video Forensics was retained to perform an analysis on a cell phone video posted to social media. I was asked if the video can be used as credible evidence of the accusations against Ms. Gomez. In short, no. The posted video is not credible evidence of these accusations.
I think that with how, like, blown out of proportion this has all got, it's now, like, to the point where I just, like, can't even, like, deal with this stuff anymore. Like,
now, to close off this video, Sienna also went on to say how she was gonna move forward completely. Sienna then went deep to dive on what she was going to do moving forward with this situation, while also talking about her mental health, saying how she doesn't care about the materialistic side of social media anymore, how she isn't worried about having to constantly post anymore, and that she's just trying to prioritize her mental health and live in the moment. Sienna explains how she's just a very sensitive person all around, and has to take care of herself throughout all of this because of how much it has negatively affected her mental health.
Just he said, she said. They're just statements. Why he did it, we don't know. What we do know is that it's had taken a huge toll on Sienna, both professionally and a really, really significant toll. And I think that's something that's, important to focus on.
Anyways, here's what many people had to say about this podcast interview, as well as what Sienna and her lawyer had to say in their defense. This Sienna Mae is crazy. Who the brings a lawyer and a video forensic expert onto a podcast to prove that she's innocent? If anything, that screams guilty as hell. Just wanted to give a big you to the BFFs pod for even having Sienna Mae on it. If you're that desperate for views, then maybe it's time to call it quits. Anyways, guys, I definitely want to know what you think about Sienna Mae's second appearance speaking out on this whole situation on social media. Also, what do you think about her bringing a lawyer on and what her lawyer had to say? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you all so much, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.